Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Thrown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Yellow, attack, attack!
Another carry for it. And he takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Yellow, yellow!
They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The ball carrier. The tackle by Moro Ojomo. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Now, not a traditional spot we see teams going for it, but they only need a few inches. Back to the well again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Attack!
Pressure coming from Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
We've set it downs from 37.
Yellow! 15! Attack!
1st down throw, Mahomes. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
15, yellow!
Another throw for Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now a 4th down staring right at him. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. Hardman waiting for it. Fielded at the 11. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. On the give, it's Tootin. This is ahead for about 5. Travis Hunter making that play.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Williams from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First down, Williams to throw. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
10-yard loss on the play. It's second down.
Working from the gun, Williams. He's trying to push the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a 1-point game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday on Sunday. Yellow.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. He finds his running back on a deep shot. Nicely done. Give him 24 yards on that one. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City. One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Hey, 40. Hey, ribble it. Hey, 57.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. Hauled in left side. Jukes away from one. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hero 15.
This has the makings of a shootout. A lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of one. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Left side, it's caught by Rice. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Complete to Rasheed Rice. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, 43, 43, yellow. Easy. 15. Hey, yellow, hey, go. Yellow.
Throwing again, Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Line. 15.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. His run, that's about 4, but he's still well shy of that marker. It's 4th down.
He's tackled at the 29.
The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out.
46-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through, and they've taken back the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Chooses to bring this one out. And his choice to leave that end zone going to cost him a chunk here. He's out shy of that 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Off the play fake, Williams. It's taken in by Rome Odunze. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yep.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hand off to Tootin. Still has some space inside the 35. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears take a 2nd quarter lead.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears take a 4-point lead.
17.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Attack!
Off the play fake. It's Mahomes. Man downfield. He's got it. It's worthy. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Yellow!
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Right back to Worthy. And they are finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Come back! Fire down these two. Hey, let's go up.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That finds Hunter downfield. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yellow!
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hey, 43!
Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Chiefs take a 2nd quarter lead. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3.
Chiefs 24, Bears 21.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, and you got to take advantage of that opportunity, defense just did.
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Arrowhead on the other side. Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. to throw. Williams. Here's a screen for Tootin. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Third and long. They're going to throw. That's Cox. This is Loveland. Now here he goes down the right sideline. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears get some late points and the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Pressure line, 80. 50, yellow. Right side.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Yellow. Hey, pressure line, 80. Attack. Hey, rip lift. Right side.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds his man, Gray. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Fight on these two. Right side.
1st down throw, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Pride connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Hey, color. Hey, 57. Hey, riblet. 15. Yellow. Right side.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Right side.
Again, Mahomes to throw. Escapes the pocket. Throw caught at the 6. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game the defenses are in those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open?
And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take the lead just before halftime. Butker to try the point after. Up the middle, and somebody blocked it! And the pick off to the races, middle of the field! Reaches the 40, hits the 20. And not only do they get the block, but it's picked up and returned for 2 points. We've got a tie game. Unbelievable.
It's far from this kicker's first NFL campaign, but I bet you it's one of the first kicks he's seen turn into points on the other side. Hey, listen, fault is shared by everybody, but I'm sure he'd prefer this to be the last time it happens in his lengthy career.
And his choice to leave that end zone gonna cost him a chunk here. He's out shy of that 25-yard line. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Eight yards to go, and let's see how they approach this second down. This time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up third down. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
The Chiefs adding a man to their secondary for this third down. Here he goes, third and long. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Inside give here for 2. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Working from the gun, Williams. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Throw here, third down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I'd call it about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10. Right up the gut. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Back-to-back carries here. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. I think they might have taken that first down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out third down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on third down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
15.
3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. And it's a house call, pick 6, touchdown Chicago. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Escapes a defender. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. 15. 15.
Mahomes trying to get after the pick. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. It's a 29-yard gain. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Yellow. Come back. Attack.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. Escapes the pocket. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Yellow. Be ready. Hey, 43.
To the air on 3rd and long. This is caught inside the 15. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Buying some time right. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. Wanted it all right there. Now they've got to regroup for second down.
There's a lot of studies done every offseason, Kate, about the best red zone offenses. And typically, it's about creative quarterbacks, doing just what he tried to do right there in extending the play out of the pocket. The problem is there was just nowhere for him to go with the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Attack.
They'll run it from the gun. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Their work doubly as difficult now after that holding call. It's 2nd and 20.
Hey, 57. Go on, 80. 15. 15. Nice high.
To the air, Mahomes. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Argo blue, 80. 15, 15. 43, 43. Yellow. Hey, 43, 43, 15. Nice high.
3rd and long for him here. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Zay Frazier has it. And the Bears take over as he records his 10th career INT. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Tootin with it. And he's sent out after getting them away from their own goal line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
That has got to be so demoralizing for that defense. You pin him back. It's a terrible field position. They run the ball, but they run it right down your throat and move the chains. That stings.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Tootin. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. Offense to the line, 2nd down. Going play action, Williams. This is Loveland working the right side. And he goes out of bounds as everyone turns to hear from our referee. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but cross the line there. That earns the holding penalty. They'll take 2nd down behind the sticks now after that holding call. Williams from the gun. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And he's brought down, and a penalty flag out on the play as well. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. So this is going to be 2nd down and long following the holding flag. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
It's now third.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on third down. Running back motions right. Williams with third and long. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down.
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down Bears.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. Plowing up the middle. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Throw left side, complete. And he nearly gets him another first down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1. Out of the shotgun, again to Swift. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
On third down, Chiefs going with a nickel.
Let's go. 19.
They'll go with a design keeper. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They go heavy on this first and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. They'll try and punch it in. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. Backed up to the 8 here. It's second and goal. Williams with a quick pass out wide. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
15. Yep, right side.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. It is Cup, left side. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Yellow, yellow. I've got blue. Hey, ribble it, ribble it. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Hey, 43.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. This is cut downfield by Rice. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. A gain of 26 yards there. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Working quickly here.
16 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming. Offense to the line fast.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs now within 1 score in the 4th. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Chiefs and Mahomes setting up for 2.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Color.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit.
44. Chiefs 38.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And he got all on that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Williams to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. I'll take second down behind the sticks now after that holding call. To throw is Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he goes, third and long. Buys time, rolling right. Throwing deep down the near sideline. They did it! He made the interception! Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Chiefs have some new life in the fourth.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see. Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. A pickup of 17. And that's a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
180!
Play action, Mahomes. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Offensive line, this is second and 4.
Yellow!
Quick throw completed by Mahomes. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. That one gains 7. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. Throw caught at the 6. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them can throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Running for the marker on second. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs come through to tie it in the fourth. And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Makes the score Chiefs 45, Bears 44.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he'll decide to pass on the return here and take the touchback instead.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. On play action, here's Williams. Caught out left. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Second and 9.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Williams. Into traffic, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Bears down by only 1. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Williams gonna run with it. Gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. We motion the tight end over. First down, here's Swift. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Slot man's in motion right. Here's Swift on 2nd down. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. Man in motion, headed right. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. This only a chip shot from the right hash. That one is good! And they've taken back the lead. So the Bears take this one on the road. And it took everybody at the end. First to set up that field goal, and then for him to go out and win it with that accurate kick. It wasn't a dominating win by any means, partner, but a great show of resiliency to fight back and steal it away. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Kansas City.